Hello, my friends. Today I have another novel review for you. This one is called Verity by Colleen Hoover. This was published by Grand Central Publishing. It is about 340 pages long. So, as a librarian, I feel like it's my responsibility at times to read authors who are extremely popular. And that is why I decided to pick up Verity this weekend. I read it within a day. It was a very quick read, and it was highly engrossing. So this book is about a woman named Lowen. Lowen is an author, and she is requested to finish a series of another author, and that other author's name is Verity. Now, Verity had an accident, and she is no longer able to write. So Lowen comes in to view all of the materials in Verity's office, all of the notes that she has, and the research about her books in order to learn how to finish this series. Lowen is pretty much poor at this point, and she needs the money that this job is going to give her. Now, there is a husband of Verity, and the husband's name is Jeremy. Jeremy and Lowen meet by happenstance at the beginning of this book, and they form a bond, and there is a lot of sexual energy between the two of them. While Lowen is doing the research on these books, she finds an autobiography that Verity has written. In that autobiography, she finds out that Verity is not the person that everyone thinks she is. She's a little bit psychotic, a little bit unhinged, and she is learning all these secrets about their family and what happens to the daughters and how Verity really feels about Jeremy. So now there is this tension. No one knows all this information about the family, but no one knows that she knows all these things. While all this is happening, she is falling for Jeremy, and Jeremy is falling for her. So this is a psychological thriller with a lot of sex. This is basically an erotic thriller, in my opinion, and it is highly engaging. You do really want to know what happens. I enjoyed reading this. I always wanted to go back to read this. Like I said, I read this within a day. I wanted to get through it fast, and I enjoyed my day reading this. I'm not going to say that it was an awful read or horrible book, because my experience while actually reading it was fine. You know, yes, the writing isn't that great. And yes, there are a lot of coincidences and happenstance type things in this book, things that are a little bit unbelievable. However, I had a good time reading this, and I'm gonna say that that trumps being critical about it. As a librarian, it is great to know what type of book this really is, and also the content in this book, so that I can then recommend it to readers that might enjoy this type of book. Now, the characters in this book are awful people. And the thing of it is that Colleen Hoover is writing these books about people that are not nice people, and I'm not going to make judgments on these people and say that I dislike the book because a woman is sleeping with a married man or the married man is sleeping with another person. It's just supposed to be a thriller with some sex in it, and I'm not making moral judgments on fictional characters and rating the book off that. I find that silly. Anyways, it was fine. Whatever. I read a Colleen Hoover book. I will now go back to my spaceships and dragons. But you never know in the future. You never know. Because I did like it. I did enjoy it. I did like it. I thought the end was great, and I did enjoy it. So there definitely could have been a lot less sex, and the sex that was in this was very graphic, and it didn't really need to be that. But now I understand why Colleen Hoover is so popular. Throw in a thriller, throw in some plot twists, throw in some sex. you got basically your entire reading audience right there. All right, so hey, that was my review of Colleen Hoover's Verity. I'll talk to you all later. Pick this one up at your local library and have a great day.